As our temperatures get hotter and the days get longer, Columbia's animal control officers are responding to more calls than usual. ABC 17's Sarah Massler-Donar took a ride with an animal control officer today to find out how officers respond to calls and how the public can help. She joins us now. Sarah, pets can have a heat stroke or exhaustion just like us humans.
They really can, Joey. So animal control says it's important to educate people on the proper way to care for your pets in these extreme temperatures because they can't necessarily take care of themselves.
The first call we're going on is a follow-up on an animal cruelty case. The initial call was that there was no food or water for the animal and that it was tied out and had no shelter.
For almost a decade, Brandon Anderson has worked to protect those who often can't protect themselves, especially when the temperatures soar.
Hey, buddy. You got a license on you? Hi. An animal, unlike a person, doesn't have the option to just open a door and go inside on their own most of the time.
Columbia's Animal Control Office sees an increase in calls over the summer. Anderson attributes it to hot weather, of course, but also longer days.
It makes a difference on the amount of calls, and it's basically because people see more violations with longer daylight hours than they do when the daylight hours are shorter.
The officers follow up on every call. Sometimes a cruelty call turns out to be a false alarm, but it gives animal control a chance to check it out. Anderson says they attempt to educate every owner on the proper way to take care of man's best friend.
Be aware of the city ordinances for the time that they can be outside. There's an anti-tethering law in the city. They can't be outside a majority of the day.
Anderson tells me every animal needs proper food, water, and shelter during these hot summer months. Officers try to educate the owners first, but if that doesn't stick, there are fines and tickets they can get for improper care. They start at $60 in the city, and depending on whether you're in the city or the county, they can even be hundreds of dollars.
All right, Sarah, you'd think it's common sense, but we hear about violations all the time. Jefferson City recently strengthened several city ordinances that set better standards for animal care, including that animals can be impounded without an owner's permission if the animals are outside in extreme conditions.